90 days, I decided to see how much I can improve at tennis. The very first step of this journey was finding someone that could help me improve. Fortunately, I have two friends that are really into tennis. One of them played high school tennis, and the other is just athletically gifted, and for the past couple of years has been spending a couple hours a day playing tennis every day. So, with my coaches in line, I decided to start playing tennis every day to see how much I could improve. This video will show the first 30 days of that improvement. With day one looming ahead, I was very excited to start playing games. I thought we were just going to keep track of points and play games, and eventually I'd be able to challenge them and maybe even win a couple games. Fortunately, my friends had a little bit more foresight. They decided to teach me proper form before we started playing games. And the first day, I was really excited to start learning this new form, but that excitement turned to frustration as I learned how hard it is to hit the ball over the net with proper form. You'd think it'd be easy, but there's a lot to keep track of. You have to turn your body, you have to swing through. Well, first you have to swing in a circle, and then you have to follow through and turn your hips so you don't just use your arm.
Right, put it like this so I can see. Okay, so you're like this, and when you hit your forehand, is this what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I moved my hand up, but...
Yeah, you hand. So show me where your hand usually is. Okay, so maybe let's bring it down a little bit, and just try to make it like maybe angled a little bit down.
Okay.
A little bit. Yeah. The point here is that we want to master this motion, right? And we want this area to be pretty flat or maybe slightly angled down.
Okay.
And when we swing, we want to swing upwards.
Okay.
So your forehand.
Get some topspin on it.
Yeah, your forehand kind of goes like this, right? It looks stupid like this, but this is how you learn it, okay?
And when I started doing this, I just felt like I was learning to walk for the first time again. I could not get it right. And for the first week, that's all we did. We would bring a little basket over and we'd put a ton of balls into the basket, and my friends would hit the balls to me, and I would just move around and try and hit a forehand properly. After about a week of trying to do this, we started getting into a rhythm. So our days would start with playing short court. So we'd start with half the court and we'd just hit the ball over the net. Again, only hitting my forehand. Then we'd move back, and again with my forehand, I'd hit the ball to them and just try and return as much as possible. After about a week, my friends started playing a game with me. So at first, the game we played was tailored to my lack of skill. Instead of keeping track of points, what we did was we kept track of how many times I could hit the ball over the net. And if I could hit the ball over the net more than 5 times, I would get a point. Otherwise, they would get the point. I'm very competitive, so this game motivated me to try and improve more quickly. And after a few days of playing this way, I started being able to hit the ball over the net fairly consistently. And then we switched to a new game. This new game was also tailored to a skill I needed to attain. I was hitting the ball over more consistently, but I also tended to hit the ball into the net. So for this new game, every time I scored a point, I would get 2 points. But if I hit the ball into the net, 1 point would be docked from my score. After a few games like this and losing -3 to 8 or -6 to 8, I became very motivated to try and not hit the ball into the net anymore. If I could end the game in the positives, it was a good day. About halfway through the month, these games started getting really fun. They became a little more competitive. I wasn't hitting the ball into the net every time, and I was actually able to score some points on my friends. And that's when my friend Ukosh decided it was time to teach me backhand. And it was rough. We spent an hour just hitting back and forth, and it became abundantly clear very quickly I wasn't ready for backhand. So we postponed that lesson for next month, and we went back to just playing games. And this is about the time in the month when I started thoroughly enjoying my time playing tennis. I started being able to actually be more competitive. I could hit the ball more consistently, and it was getting faster. I didn't have to think about my form, and my form still wasn't great, but it was a lot better than when it started out. I didn't have to think about turning my body and swinging around and following through. It began becoming more natural to me. At the end of these 30 days, I'm still not great at tennis, but I've improved significantly from day one. And fortunately, I still have 60 days left. We'll eventually have to tackle backhand, because without that, I don't really have a game at all. But hopefully in the next 60 days, I'll be able to develop a backhand and maybe even start challenging my friends a little bit more. If you like this kind of content and want to see me struggle to learn more skills, or keep track with my progress as I learn tennis for the next 60 days, make sure to like and subscribe, and leave a comment if you have any skills that you think I should learn, and I'll give them a try.